Hello everybody and welcome back to the Wild at Heart. I am in Wispwagon once again and I managed to get quite a few pip seeds for the Lunalings off screen. In order to be able to finish off this area, you're going to need a bare minimum of 24 Lunalings. I have 30. And I sort of recommend having around 30 of them just because we have some backtracking stuff to do that will require more than 24 sort of later on. So worry about the bare minimum for now, and you have plenty of places and plenty of opportunities to get more pips if you need them. I have a few of each kind of spriteling. We will mostly just need Lunalings, but I do need a few Shiverlings going forward as well, so I'm gonna pick a few of those up and add them to my herd. I have been having extreme technical difficulties in this area, and I've already tried to re-record this video twice. I've since restarted the game, and so I'm hoping that it's going to help. Basically, every single time that we bring a piece back to the shrine, my game freezes completely, and I have to reload. So the only piece I've picked up that I haven't been able to show on screen was this piece in this bit of corruption. I actually could have picked this up when we had our first 5 Lunalings, and I tried to, but for some reason when I threw the Lunalings into the corruption, they kind of just stood there. So that was just a small piece that was put into the shrine, which was the start of my troubles. So hopefully now that I've restarted, we're gonna have more luck, fingers crossed, and we're going to try and tackle the sort of southeastern area over here that we haven't explored yet. So the first thing I'm going to do is clear out this path of frosty flowers with the Shiverlings, because we're going to need that area cleared. We're going to have to fight some flies here. So I don't have the maximum amount of spritelings with me. I find 60 is a little chaotic to try and manage, but 50 is a good number for instances like this where we have to do a lot of fighting. And then you can see that there is an artifact for Scrap Heap's museum, so we're going to use the Shiverlings to clear out these flowers. And I think that I will come back for that after we've gathered our shrine pieces. I'm gonna call up Toothpicks really quick because she has a new bounty for me to take care of some bloat toads, and there are 2 of them in this area that I can kill to count towards that bounty. And I'm also going to take the opportunity here to blow up this rock. I think I threw it too far though. Might not work. Oh, still worked. Perfect. Alright, that rock just has some goodies in it. You don't have to destroy it. It's completely optional, but if you happen to have a kettle bomb, then it's good just to do it there. And again, these guys are kind of irritating because they may or may not light on fire, which makes it so that only the Emberlings can fight them, but sometimes they don't, and you can kind of just rush them. So you can see here now, it's just up to the Emberlings to do all the work. Throw some Barblings at him just to kind of do a bit of damage. The Barblings are good for that. You just throw them at enemies and they can cause some additional damage. we're going to head south. This path here will kind of just loop around to where we're going anyways. And we have some beefed up mushroom guys that are feeding on the spores. So we'll go ahead and destroy the spore, and then we will fight these guys here when they're in a daze. And then that will reveal a shrine piece. I'm actually going to reveal the next shrine piece first before I grab that, just in case the game decides to freeze. Also gonna go ahead and clear that gate with Kirby because we need this way cleared for them to get over to the shrine. This is where the path would have taken us had we taken the other path over on the other side. We're gonna need our Lunalings here. They will help us clear up the corruption. And then we can come over here and throw 5 Spritelings onto this switch. I find this to be kind of finicky. I have to get as close as I possibly can without getting hurt by the corruption to be able to sort of throw these guys on the switch. You can see it's a pretty far throw to get them on there. So carefully throw them on. And then with Wake, we can climb up the vines and open up this gate. So that's how you access both shrine pieces that are in this southern area of Wispwagon's map. So I guess we'll start with this piece. We need 12 to move this, so this is a larger piece. And so I'm going to just try it and see what happens. We're gonna just carry this piece back and see if the game freezes on me or not. I haven't had any real technical difficulties with this game at all. And on my practice file, everything ran smoothly and perfectly, so I'm a little disappointed, of course, that this is happening. It's frustrating, but it's not like it happens often, so I suppose I can't be too mad, but it just messes up my flow. And we still have 4 pieces to put in after this. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, it looks like restarting the game helped. So that is a huge relief. Oh, that makes me so happy. Okay. Now I can go back for that other piece that I bypassed. I figured that this piece would be pretty easy to get to. And it's a smaller piece. It only requires 8 of them to move. So we will wait for those guys to move that. And in the meantime, we have a little bit of time left in the day. We're going to quickly try and get as many as we can to carry this back to the museum for us. And then unfortunately, I'm going to have to sleep. Or alternately, what I can do is I can go and get the piece that we need that we can only get at nighttime, which might actually be a really good idea. I think I've got some time left in this video to do that. Wonderful. And these guys should be over at the portal before long. Do you know what else I realized? And I must be the world's slowest person. I've played this game twice now. I did not realize that this pond is in the shape of a moon. Mind blown. How did I not notice that? Alrighty. I don't have a whole lot of light here going back to the camp, but if I go this way, it's a little bit faster. And it doesn't look like they never really bothered with me too much there, so that's great. I can come back to my camp, and we are going to go and move this gigantic boulder that we weren't able to move earlier on. And if I'm gonna go, I'm gonna need some supplies to bring with me, so I'm definitely gonna want some food, just in case something really, really bad happens. And I'm also going to need some night lights. I might as well just stock up my inventory while I'm here. I'll probably even make a couple of more night lights. I shouldn't really need them, but it also doesn't hurt to be over-prepared rather than under-prepared. This is where you're going to need a minimum of 24 of these guys, so I'm gonna take 25 with me, and that should do the trick. We should be able to get this piece that we need. This is probably the most difficult piece to get, so we might as well get it over and done with. You can see that along the way, we've got tons and tons of light. Not only do we have lanterns, but we've also got the stones. So if you didn't bring night lights or you run out of night lights, don't be too worried about it. You do have a few sources of light with you, but I still do recommend bringing them. So in the night, you can see that the Spritelings each have the strength of 3 Spritelings, and that is how they are able to move boulders. Ooh, apparently I miscalculated. Or, wait, did I miscalculate? Do I need more? Hold on a minute. I might have screwed up. I might have to go back and get more Lunalings. That is my bad. So you do need more than what I brought, apparently. I'll bring 5 more, which should be fine. Each Lunaling has the strength of 3 Spritelings in the night, which is great. They're able to move things that are beyond what we would normally be able to carry in terms of capacity of Spritelings. I also may not have messed up on that number. It looks like a few of the Spritelings I threw, they didn't actually lift the boulder, but anyways, it doesn't matter. It's pretty easy just to go and self-correct that. I'm not too overly worried about it. Over here, we kind of have a complicated mess of switches. So what you're gonna do, I would recommend leaving one character here with all of the Spritelings, and with another character, you're gonna run up this hill, and you'll want to have a look at how these stones are arranged, because this is the order that you need to hit those switches in. So we need top left, bottom right, and I believe it was the middle and the lower right. So now the difficult part is getting the Lunalings to carry this all the way back. So once the gate is opened, we can gather up all of the Spritelings. And we'll get those little guys to carry this back. And this is where having night lights comes in handy, and also where having a few additional Spritelings comes in handy as well. I'm gonna put Kirby by the lantern because eventually that nightlight will go out and I would hate to have her killed. So just be patient. You can protect yourself by standing in front of these lanterns, obviously. And then if you see that yourself or any of the Spritelings are in danger, you can just use the little moonstones. Or you can put out a nightlight. Now, nightlights go out pretty much immediately where you're standing. You just drop them where you are. So if you feel trapped or you feel like one of the Never is coming towards you, then you can just quickly go into your inventory and drop a nightlight and you should be fine. It's turning into daytime now. So that's an example of what it looks like to sort of be out at night. Not too scary, especially for how sort of hyped up the game makes it. Since the beginning of the game, Greycoat and the others have made it such a big deal that you absolutely cannot go out at night. But honestly, once you kind of know some of the tips and tricks, it's not really any more difficult than being out in the day. It's just more inconvenient, obviously. It just takes a lot longer to get anywhere. And we didn't even lose any Spritelings. They're all safe and sound. We didn't really have that much difficulty. I didn't need my food, and I still have some additional night lights. So I'm going to come back to Kirby now. And the reason I left her here is because there is a secret area over here with a chest that has Heartroot resin in it. And the reason that you want to do this puzzle at night is because when you come up the hill to look at the rocks, as you can see, it won't really tell you the exact pattern during the daytime. You can't see the pattern that you need to unlock that gate. And to my knowledge, it's different for every single player, every single play file. I would love to know if I'm wrong about that, though, if it is a set pattern, because if it is, that would make life a whole lot easier. But that right there is definitely the most extensive piece that we have to grab, the one that takes the most amount of work. So we only have 2 small pieces left, and we just have to basically go north to where we were earlier on when we came out from Frostfields. So that shouldn't take us too long. I'm pretty excited to be finishing up this area, and we're getting dangerously close to finishing the game as well, so that is it for me. I need to take a quick breather now that everything worked out, gather my thoughts, and I will continue on in the next video. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.